get into it. Got the title. How we intend on systematically achieving our goals. This one's gonna be good. I just recorded it with the community, and so I thought, you know what? Why not make a YouTube video on it for you guys that are actually serious about achieving your goals? Stick through. I went through the past 3-4 days trying to figure out who I want to become, what type of goals do I want to achieve, what do I want to achieve, and everything of the sort. And for any of you guys that are struggling to figure that out, I'm happy I can kind of document my journey on this so you guys can see how we intend on systematically achieving our goals. A lot of you guys either forgot or don't know, we did lose our 300k in capital. If you didn't watch the last video, so we're kind of start back at like zero. We're start at break even again. So I'm excited to take you guys along the journey of literally having it, losing it, and then getting it again. They say you know you're good at something if you're able to lose it and get it again. So we'll see. But right here I have kind of the breakdown what I just did with the community. You could pause it, but we're about to actually go into the full breakdown of how I look to achieve every single one of my goals, what goals I look to achieve, and everything of the sort. I'm kind of hesitant about, I'm usually hesitant about like saying your goals and saying, oh, you're going to do X, Y, and Z out loud in front of a lot of people, but I think it's good because it allows you to hold yourself accountable and essentially sit there and be like, okay, these people know that I'm going in looking to achieve this, meaning I have to, right? I have to. So, anybody that's curious about how you can go in and achieve your goals, stick around. It's going to be a little bit longer video, but if you guys are on about it, you guys will stick through. So, the first thing I want to start off with, and I got this from a few YouTube videos. If you want to go watch some more raw, authentic version, it's our link in the description. I did that with the community. Amazing. It was great. So that one's a little longer, but it's gonna have the same amount of value, just more raw and authentic. Just because this one needs to be shorter. So bam, link in the description. Go watch that one. Right here, you have your dream. You have your dream. And what a lot of people get incorrect is they're so focused on this dream, but they're not focused on the habits and the systems they currently have in place that aren't allowing them to get to that dream. So the question is, how can we organize our life day to day in a manner that allows us and ensures that we will achieve every single one of the goals we set out to achieve, right? In a realistic manner, of course. You know me, I'm all about going out achieving your dreams, but in a realistic time frame. Sorry, that was more. Yeah, realistic manner, realistic time frame. You can't sit there and say, oh, I want a Ferrari LaFerrari, and oh, well, I want to work at Chipotle. Like, that, they don't correlate. Like, yeah, dream big, but like. So, the first thing I actually want to break down to you guys, and this is going to kind of be the breakdown of everything. Do I want to end this recording? Do I like this recording? Who cares? The people that watch it will watch it. And when we're all successful, and the channel is blown up, and people know who we are, they're going to go back and rewatch this recording. So, keep it raw, keep it authentic, and let's get into it. Who cares if it's 20 minutes? Just think about the people to help. Hey, that's all it is. So, the first thing we're going to start off with, you guys probably seen the teaser when I first wrote it down, but is our main goals. These main goals, you want to have a minimum of three main goals. These main goals are whatever you find value in within your life and whatever you actually want to look to achieve. So for example, let's say you want to do trading, fitness, and e-commerce, right? Or whatever the case is. You figure out your core values and what you want to look to achieve, and you write it down and you look to achieve it. So, our main goals You know, I recommend a minimum and a maximum of 3. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to have our main goals, which we're going to have 3 of those. And then we're going to have subheadings. We're going to have 3 subheadings to our main goals. And these subheadings are what we're going to do day to day. Every single day. This is what we're going to do in order to ensure we grow. The first one, trading. Having my personal goals. You guys will be able to get an insight of my personal goals, how I look to achieve them. A lot of people are against showcasing your personal goals, but I know I've been looking for YouTube content. It's a little bit difficult when you don't have a gauge. Of course, this is something you do in your own time in order to go out and ensure these are your own goals specific to you and not Lonnie's goals. Remember, these are your goals, what you want to achieve, not what I want to achieve. I'm in a completely different life circumstance, been through different things, and I've done different things compared to you, and you've done and been through different things compared to me, right? So these need to be personal to you. You need to sit down and find the topics and then break down and think. This is an activity that's pretty difficult because nowadays a lot of people don't like to think. It's easy to turn on your phone, scroll through social media, distract yourself. Distractions are everywhere. There's so much noise in this world, and I find that it's really, really hard to tune out the noise and listen to God's voice when you're continuously filling your mind with noise and distractions and just loudness, right? Whether that be through music or through other people or through your own voice, right? So, with that being said, 1, trading. Something on my lip. Anyways, remember, these goals I want to end the recording. No, I'm not. I'm not going to end the recording. I don't care if it's an hour long. I'm not ending the recording. Not ending the recording. Trading. Bam. Remember, this consists as your main goal. Now you have your goals below. Right here, I forgot. Bam. Your subheading. Why don't we just use this? This will be a lot easier. Your subheading, right? These are the daily habits tailored toward achieving that goal. These daily habits must be sustainable. If they're not sustainable, throw them out the window. You need to be able to do these every single day and integrate it into your life to where it doesn't feel complicated. It doesn't feel like a burden, right? You want to be able to have your mind do these on repeat, like they're reps in the gym, right? These must be sustainable, and the consistency is what makes the goal. That's the same thing with everything in life. Our first main goal is trading. So A, these are our subheadings. We have 1 main goal, trading, 3 subheadings, A, B, and C. For me personally, I was sitting there thinking, okay, well, how can we go in and grow in our trading every single day? That topic is a little more trickier because some of you guys may be like, well, I don't know how I can grow my trading every single day. It's not like I trade every single day and journal my trade every single day. That's where we need to be creative. I was sitting there thinking, well, I'm not going to execute every single day, but I can go in and still attain knowledge and value from the market by going there and doing what? And that was the question. I heard a quote from, I forgot who he was, but the quote went like this. I may butcher it kind of, but he said, when your progress seems blocked, that means it's time to increase your knowledge, your learning barrier, your knowledge barrier. And that's true. I found that to be true personally. When my knowledge seemed locked, by me going in and learning more, that allows me to increase and grow in my potential within whatever I'm doing. So for me, I wrote down analyze pre and post market analysis and or journal trade. Let's say we executed that day, right? Cool. Bam, just like that. And for B and C, you would have your own examples. You have to be creative with this. Like I said, it's very, very difficult to think. It's something not a lot of people want to do nowadays. But if you're someone that is truly about achieving your goals and you're watching this video 9 minutes in, you will achieve them. You just have to go in and figure out what you want to achieve. Note, with this is your breakdown of how you're going to achieve your goals. Once you have it broken down, you can write down whatever goal you want regarding trading. You know, for me, an example, I'll show you an example later, but bam, we have that right there. Put the main goal trading to the side, right? That's the first one. We'll throw this one, and then we'll throw this one over here. My second one, fitness, right? Fitness is a big part of my life, you guys. Either know or don't know, I go to the gym 7 days a week, love going to the gym. Fitness, physique, all of those things are a major part of my life. To me, it's more of a mental exercise, more of a physical exercise. At this point, I go to discipline my mind for the things I look to do. But remember, with the way you're breaking it down, it's no longer about motivation. It's no longer about discipline. It's no longer about, oh, everything's set up in place in order for me to go do this. You just jump in. You just go do it, right? There's no more ifs, ands, or buts about it, and there's no excuses. The reason why I say discipline doesn't exist anymore is because this is your new life. This is your new living standard. If this is your new living standard, that means anything below it is unsatisfactory. Meaning you're not even thinking of doing X, Y, and Z, distracting yourself with X, Y, and Z. This is your new way of living. This is your new standard. This is what you're going to go achieve, right? For me, the second one was fitness. Holds a true core value in my life, fitness. You know, having a nice physique, being proud of your physique when you take off your shirt, you know, not being ashamed to walk around shirtless in public, right? So bam, main goal, fitness. How are we going to achieve these? How are we going to break these down every single day? Remember, these are systematic. 1, track your macros. Finances, and I wrote this for the community because I know everybody's financial situation is different. Let's say you're someone that's more conservative with your finances. I'm learning to budget a little bit more, but in this sense, finances is no excuse. No excuse. No excuse. It's no excuse to not start on your goals. And I always say this. If you start building the consistency now, imagine how much more you would be and you would have, and how much more you would grow when you get that financial boost, when you get whatever it is, right? That growth will be so much more exponential because you already have the foundation, right? This was just an add-on, just a sprinkle, just an add-on. And now, because you have that sprinkle and add-on, you were, you know, at a D and now you're all the way at a B, right? Or you're at an A, or you're, you know, whatever the case is, right? So, bam. 1, track your macros. Finances is no excuse. I was talking to some personal people when I was sending this message because I have some personal friends. They struggle with finances and they want to bulk, but I told them finances is absolutely no excuse to not hit your macros, to not develop that physique you want. Because at the end of the day, your goals are your goals and my goals are my goals. I care whether or not you hit your goals, but the real reality is your goals are your goals. If you don't hit them, that doesn't affect me. Right? If I hit my goals, they don't affect you. Right? But does that mean I don't want to see you hit your goals? No, I do. But you guys have to have the mental discipline and the strength to go in and build that consistency of just doing it. Just saying, you know what? This is going to be my new livelihood. I'm going to achieve every single one of these goals, and this is how I'm going to do it. This is going to be my day-to-day breakdown. So for me, I have fitness. A, track your macros. B, progressively lift heavier every single lift. Easy, you get bigger, right? And then simple, sleep 8 hours. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter when it is, sleep 8 hours, right? Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. I'm someone that likes to keep things simple. There's no need to overcomplicate your goals. I found that when I overcomplicate it, that's when I achieve the least. You may be the same way, or you may not. And the last one, our main goal, last main goal, ourselves. This one I wasn't going to showcase because this is more personal to me, but I thought it would be able to help and inspire some of you guys. You guys should not be using everything I'm using. It should be a help, a blueprint, a guide, right? In order for you to figure out what you want to achieve. You guys seeing this may not be traders or may not be someone that goes to the gym or whatever the case is, and that's totally okay. But write down what's personal to you and achieve. Remember, there's three subheadings for each. These things you're going to do every single day, meaning right here, I have my personal ones in my journal right here, but you guys need to have your own. Personal examples there, personal examples here. Lastly, for my main goal, and I think this is a part a lot of people overlook, is yourself. I knew I wanted to mature and grow into someone that's able to look back and be like, wow, I'm proud of who I matured into, right? And so, bam, The third one was ourselves. How are we going to do this every single day? 1, read, increase your knowledge. It doesn't matter whether it's for an hour, 2 hours, 5 minutes, or 2 minutes. Read. Increase your knowledge barrier. Grow that discipline of being able to pick up the book and just read. Pick up the book and just read. Something I like to tell myself when struggling to read is, okay, read a single sentence. I start off actually with saying, okay, just pick up the book. Pick up the book. Pick up the book, you know? When you sit here and you just pick up the book, and you're like, okay, well, I have it in my hands. The next thought that comes to mind is, okay, open it and read a single sentence. Just a single sentence. Don't even read a chapter, just read a single sentence. I'm like, okay. Now the book is open. And I read a single sentence. Right? But I found that if you're a punk, you're not going to finish the chapter. But if you're a real G, you're going to sit there and be like, whoa, I already opened the book. I did 90% of the hard labor. Might as well finish the last at 10% off and just read the chapter. And then guess what? Put the book back down. There you go. That was your reading for the day, right? You're building that discipline. You may be like, oh, Lonnie, but I need to read 2 or 3 chapters. No. Start small. Build that discipline. Build that consistency. Stack up those small wins. I got asked in the Discord and I got the answer from an amazing man named Greg Plitt. I love Greg. I love him. Absolutely love him. And the question was this. Lonnie, how do I know I'm on the right path? And the answer is this. By the small things you do day to day. By the small things you do day to day. That determines how and whether or not you're growing. The small things that people find nuisances in life, and the mundane things, whether that be how you clean your room, whether your bed is made in the morning, how you make your bed. Say you clean your room, you take out the vacuum, you vacuum everything up, you put the vacuum back, and then you get back into your room to find out you missed a spot, right? Are you the type of individual that goes back out your room, gets the vacuum again, and vacuums the entire room again to ensure that spot is completely spotless and to ensure your room is perfectly clean? Or are you that type of individual to sit there and say, you know what? Yeah, it's good enough, right? It's good enough. From Greg, I heard a quote and he said, because if you always say today it's good enough, tomorrow will never be enough, right? So, I probably butchered that, but you get the point. So, how you hold yourself to the small mundane things of life that people find nuisances, that if you're going in and you're giving your all in that, because those small things make the big thing. Those small things every single day that you do, the little things nobody notices, that's what builds into the big goals of your life, right? I hope one day in the future somebody's looking back at this and when we have 1 million subscribers and we're popping off and we're doing it, people are able to look back and be like, yeah, I see this kid's journey. I have plans for the YouTube. Starting back at 0, it's kind of cool, I think. Anyways, so bam. Read. Learn to live a quiet life is number 2. You're not able to hear God's voice when you're always so stuck up in hearing other people's voices. You have to learn how to disconnect. The more voices you can get away from, the better, right? You need to learn how to live a quiet life. You need to learn how to tell your homies, no, bro, I can't talk to you right now. Sorry, I'm focusing on me. I'm focusing on what I need to achieve. Obviously, you don't need to say that, but you're focusing on who you're trying to become, who God has called you to become, who God is, right? Kevin Levrone said that. Kevin Levrone. Oh, Kevin Levrone. Kevin. Google him. Right? God will talk to you. So, with that being said, bam. Learn how to live a quiet life. At least until you're able to properly grow. You have to remember these goals are not forever goals. Like, you're going to mature as a person and have new goals. But this is to build the foundation, right? You're building the foundation now. So the goals later in life, you would have built the proper foundation of having achieved your goals young, or whether you're old watching this, whatever age you are, you're able to go and achieve any one of your other goals in the future. Now, 3. Think. This one was personal to me. I was sitting there thinking, how can I have that full mindset switch? When I was figuring this out and who I wanted to be, I went to Beverly Hills. Some of you guys may not know Beverly Hills, some of you guys may, but I remember going to the Patek stores and the Rolex shops and the Vacheron Constantin stores and Richard Mille, AP, Van Cleef, Louis Vuitton, Dior, Cartier, all of these shops, right? And I was sitting there looking to understand, A, how do these people do it? And B, what mindset did they have going into whatever their endeavors were in order to be able to one day be somebody who can go into these stores and purchase these kind of things? Yesterday I was on a charity boxing event with my dad, and right outside there was a 720S parked outside. The owner of R1 Motorsports, search him up on Instagram, was there. And he was driving a 720S. And then there was another owner with an SF90. He did marketing. And the owner with the SF90, he had 2 Van Cleef bracelets on, 1 Cartier no bracelet on, and then 1 Cartier cuff on, right? And I was sitting there wondering the entire time, while everybody was sitting there watching the boxing, I was sitting there next to these cars. I have video too. Sitting there thinking to myself, not only one day how we're going to own a 720S of our own Spider, but also how they were able to go in and do it, right? So, okay. So, with that being said, that was my dad, but with that being said, it's the mindset of understanding, okay, how are these people able to do it? Because I want to do it too, right? When you go to environments like that, it forces you to grow, it forces you to understand. So, the last one was the mindset switch. We have everything else that we're doing day to day, but the last one was think, walk, talk, and act in accordance of this future you, right, that you're looking to aspire to grow into. That every single day, stepping into the shoes of this individual that you see, this vision that you see of Lonnie, that is the mindset switch of changing the way you live, changing the way you think, changing the way you act. And so I went in and was like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do day to day. This is what I'm going to do. Not starting tomorrow, not starting next week, not starting next month, not starting next quarter, starting right now. Oh, there's half the day left. No, the day starts when you make it start. You start it right now. If you want to say it starts right now. So I said, you know what? It starts right now. Right? This is only the beginning. Remember, this is the beginning. I can't wait to look back at this and be able to be like, yo, we really made it happen, and we're making it happen, bro. Like, I can't wait till someday some kid my same age is looking back at this video and thinking to himself, bro, if he can do it, if Lonnie can do it, I can do it. Why? Because I've seen other influencers and influences in my life. I'll name one, for example, Iman Ghazi. Kid documented this. I'm so proud of him. He has no idea I even exist as of right now. As of right now, we got plans, but he just inspires me. He really, really does. I look at his videos and I almost shed a tear every single time because, like, you did it, bro. You documented your entire journey, and that's kind of something we've done too. Like, ever since the age of 10 or age of 8 or whatever the case. So you look back at my videos, you'll see all of them. But anyways, I'm rambling now. Now, how are you actually going to achieve them, right? You have your main goals, but what are your goals? I'll use one example with trading. Let's throw this to the side. Let's throw this to the side. Let's get this right here. Bam. Let's get a good example right here. Now the question is, what do you want to achieve within trading? Some people like to do this yearly basis. If you're somebody that can think 5 years into the future, do it. If you're someone that can only do like me, quarterly and yearly, because you need to get more of the vision before you can see. You need to take a few steps before you can see more steps where to go, right? Until the fog clears up. Do this. 1. What do I want to achieve in trading? Right here, you can have whatever time frame is personalized to you, whatever you can achieve. Right here, I wrote quarterly. We're starting off on Q2. It's about to be March, so we're still Q1 going into Q2, but I just started off Q2. Funded with 450K in prop firm capital, futures prop firm trading capital. Now, you break it down. Okay, how would you achieve this? Week 1. These are all just examples, right? Week 1, build a buffer percent. 2, surpass profit target. 3, KYC verification. 4, payout. Right? So what's your goal on the first month within the quarter? Remember, because you want 450K, the firm I work with, or I'm looking to work with, Top Step, they're allowing 3 150K accounts, meaning if you divide it, bam, 1 each quarter. Get funded with 1 account each quarter. You may have a quarter where you get funded with 2. Cool, right? Even better. Set different goals throughout the month if that happens. If you achieve your goals faster, or if it takes you longer to achieve your goals, understand why you're not achieving them, right? So right here, build a buffer percent, surpass profit target, KYC verification, payout. This is 1 month. Guess what? By the end of the month, our goal is to be funded. Cool, right? And then you would go in the next month and do the same. Let's say this still said Q2, month 2. Let's say now our look is to, let's say we got 450K and funded in 1 month, right? And we're looking to now figure out, okay, how else do we grow in our trading? Now, we still do the same things until we're fully consistent. Then we can set new goals, new expectations. Right here, these are called our weekly expectations. These are our monthly goals. These are our quarterly goals. Know the difference between expectations and goals. When you have expectations, that's something you set yourself up to. Sorry. That's not something you set yourself up to. That's who you are. This is what I'm expecting from myself. This is the bare minimum, right? Right there. Build a buffer percent, cascade, blah, 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 blah. I said cascade? And then monthly, funded, right? Let's say, for example, we're still in Q2, right? And we're like, okay, you know what? This month, let's improve our win rate. Let's make it was 50%, let's make it 60%. It was 60%, let's make it 70%. Let's see where we can improve our win rate. Yes, every month is different, but remember, we determine our own win rate by when we choose to trade, when we choose to do X, Y, and Z. Why? Because if we trade less, guess what? We're going to have a higher win rate. If we trade more, we're going to have a lower win rate. Necessarily, mathematically speaking. Why? Because we're taking more trades. Sure, we'll have a higher risk reward, whatever the case is, but our win rate will be lower. That's the reality. So, right there. Let's say week 1, we want a 50% win rate. Week 2, we want a 60% win rate, right? Bam. Week 3, we want a 60% win rate again. What's the 60% win rate? Well, 66% win rate is taking 3 trades, winning 2, losing 1. And let's say the last one, we want to keep that 60% win rate, or 50 to 60% win rate. Cool, guess what? You just increased your win rate by more than 60%. Do the math. That's more than 60%. I can't do math, so I can't do it for you, but that's more than 60%. But bam, right here. So how do you do it? You break down your main goal into daily habits that you can achieve every single day. Then you go into what you want to achieve. You have to have an understanding, but then you really break it down and figure, okay, what do I want to achieve? What does Lonnie want to achieve? What do I want to achieve in trading? Bam, just in second quarter. I have goals for third and fourth quarter, but that one's private. And I did want to give you guys at least this one, and you would copy this example for everything. What do I want to achieve? Bam. You would copy this for fitness. For yourself, it's a little bit trickier, but you guys are smart. You guys can go do it. Funded with 450K in futures prop from trading capital. Build a buffer. Bam. My goal by the end of the month is to be funded with 1 trading account. 150K trading account, right? Give yourself a leeway, a buffer. Don't rush it too fast. Sure, I've gotten funded in 2 days before a single day. It's like, it's not hard, but give yourself a realistic buffer, right? Don't have you go in, blow a bunch of money trying to get fun on all these challenges and still suck. Hot horse ass. Make something out of your skills, right? Give yourself a buffer. Bam, right here in 1 month, I want to be funded. Then do the same thing next month. Next month, I want to be funded. The only difference is this time I'm looking to shorten it into 3 weeks or whatever the case is, right? Or I got a payout or whatever the case. Now I could reinvest more money into my trading. All of the same. So bam. Be creative with it. This one I kind of came up with myself, kind of took it from YouTube. But essentially this template I came up with all myself. Figure out what you want to do. Remember, main goal, 3 subtitle breakdowns. Subheading breakdowns of these are your daily habits. These are your new expectations for living. Then you go into what I really want to achieve within trading. Quarterly. I was doing quarterly theory. You check up every 3 months. So you have your month goals and then you break it down per week. These are your weekly expectations. Your daily goals build into the weekly expectations. The weekly expectations build the monthly goals. Just like I was saying, it's the small things you do in life, the mundane things that people find a nuisance, that build into the big things. I promise you, every single one of these goals I write down, I will achieve if I stick to this. And by sticking to this, and I will stick to this, because I'm going to hold myself accountable, because I want to document the journey with you guys. To showcase to you that it's really possible to go from 0 to hero again, or from hero to 0 and then go back up. Like, I want to document this entire thing. I was thinking of starting a new channel, but I'm like, bro, I've been with this channel for 8 years, almost 9 years. Like, we're gonna do it on this channel. Some people are gonna clown it. Like, obviously the videos are gonna get better in the future, but yeah, you guys are gonna get into insight of my life. And guess what? I'm gonna start today. I'm gonna start on my phone. I'm gonna look weird, but I've always looked weird my entire life. I used to vlog. I used to always do it. I used to document what I do. So who cares what people think? I'm at a stage where I don't care. I'm just trying to achieve my goals. And if I could document it with you guys and you guys can come along, I think some of you guys will appreciate it. If you made it to the end of the video, comment something nice. Comment something nice. And then I'll be able to acknowledge that. And then at the end of the comment, but I commented something nice, and then I'll know. And when I'm successful, I'll look back at this video and see your comment and make me shed a tear. I'll remember you. But apart from that, get a notebook, figure out what you're trying to achieve, figure out who you're trying to become, and step into the shoes of that person every single day. The template, pause it, go rewatch the video, pause it. We have a long ways to go, and it's only just the beginning, and I want to ensure that, let's say our time here is short. Time here on this earth is short. I want to make sure, if I even led one person to the Lord, if I led one person to Jesus, if I led one person to pushing and achieving their goals, if I led one person to stepping out of their comfort zone into looking to achieve something, my work here is done. Right? So, go in, be great. Remember, God never promised an easy journey, but He did promise you He would be there with you through it all. It's going to be a very, very difficult journey. I'm looking forward to it. So, I love you guys. Yeah. I'm looking forward to where we go. I know we're going to achieve everything we set our mind to. Every quarter, by the end of this year, everything's going to be achieved. It's going to be a mental battle. It's going to be hard, man. But what we do now makes it, right? What we do now makes it. So let's go out there. Let's make something of our lives. Again. Or just make something of our lives. I love you guys. I will see you in the next video. Peace.